Catch by Jerry Nield, based on the true story of the greatest wrestler that ever lived. Exterior, coal barge, Lancashire Canal, England, day. Super, Wigan Pier, Lancashire, England, 1871. At the end of a short wooden pier, two sailors observe a railway wagon end tip coal into their empty barge. In the distance, a forest of chimneys belch volumes of smoke and steam, forming an inky canopy that embraces the land.
What the?
Cottonopolis.
A horse follows the towpath, drawing the loaded barge. It reaches a wall of smog, rears up, and refuses to go forward. Sailor number 2 takes the reins and forces the horse to enter. Eerie and painful wailing is heard. Exterior, Catholic church graveyard, day. The smog clears, revealing dead children wrapped in cotton placed next to each other in a mass pauper's grave. Frank Connors, tough-looking Irishman, and his wife Ellen, also Irish and spirited, grieve as they wrap their dead 4-year-old daughter in cotton. Frank kisses her shrouded face.
My beautiful, beautiful daughter. Why take this one?
He glances a painful look towards a ragged-clothed Tom Connors, his 10-year-old, weedy, bow-legged and cross-eyed son. Tom's eyebrows twitch and he cries,
"Oi, you leave him alone!"
Father Patrick, Catholic priest, throws soil on the dead whilst reading from the Bible.
And Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these."
Jim Connors, Tom's brother, 8, with a cheeky grin, gives him a supportive punch. Tom wipes away his tears, hides his eyes, and avoids eye contact. Frank starts to cough. He retches and covers his mouth with a piece of cotton. Interior, cotton mill, day. In the dusty atmosphere, Ellen works noisy looms. Frank struggles to breathe as he carries a bale of cotton. The mill manager nervously signals Frank over to his desk.
Sorry, Frank.
But I've given this place 12 years. For what, a pauper's grave? For not the money to afford my daughter a sacred place of her own? It's not right, man. You can't turn me away.
Mr. Eckersley, portly mill owner, walks in. He beats a dirty, ragged orphan girl 6 with a stick. She scampers away, crawls under the loom, and frantically picks up shreds of cotton. The loom sweeps dangerously close to her head.
It's not my decision, Frank. Eckersley will have to rid of me too.
Strands of the girl's hair catch in the passing loom. She is half scalped and screams uncontrollably. Ellen compresses a cotton swab to the girl's head.
Stop that noise!
The looms halt to a silence, making the screams even more piercing and painful.
Quickly now, take it back.
Yes, Mr. Eckersley, sir.
Exterior, workhouse, doorway, day. A man throws a bucket of water at the graffiti-covered wall. He frantically scrubs with a brush. Large letters read, "All are equal," Romans 12:21. Ellen tries to comfort the girl with a hug before handing her over to the warty matron. Girl desperately clutches at Ellen's clothing as she is dragged inside.
"Oh, Mary, Holy Mother of God!"
Interior, Connors house, bedroom, night. A terraced house with one room downstairs and one upstairs. In the upstairs room, Frank lies next to Tom and Jim in bed. Ellen sits by their side, reading the Bible using a candle.
"The angel blessed Jacob for not abandoning the struggle, and Jacob gave thanks, saying, I have seen God face to face. My life is preserved."
On the floor is a slate with the word velocipede and a drawing of one etched in chalk. Next to it are papier-mâché toy figures. One is of a wiry-haired girl with buck teeth. The boys fall asleep. Ellen gives them both a kiss.
"Sweet dreams, my little angels."
Frank snores. His chest rattles and wheezes horribly. Ellen wraps the Bible in a cloth and places it next to a small blue bottle. She picks up the bottle, pours a little fluid on her fingertips, and flicks droplets over Frank. She then gets down on her knees and prays. As she blows out the candle, a few tears roll down. The darkness settles. Interior, Connors house, bedroom, day. Bang, bang, bang! Ellen rolls out of bed half asleep and removes the window covering, letting in blinding sun rays.
I heed the knocker-upper.
Exterior, Connors house, day. The knocker-upper walks down the cobbled street at dawn, banging on doors and on upstairs windows using a long stick. Exterior, coal mine, day. All the miners have fine handlebar or walrus mustaches. Shouting and cheering comes from a crowd of miners surrounding a large hollow in the ground. Tom and Jim walk by with a miner carrying a yellow canary in a cage.
Someone's in Snake Pit.
They run over to see. Joe Acton, a seasoned miner and pro wrestler, wrestle a big miner. Acton separates Big Miner's toes, making him howl and submit. Bets are paid. Acton and Big Miner respectfully shake hands. Tom, Jim, and Miner walk towards a wooden A-framed crane holding a wicker basket. They climb into the basket and are dropped down a hole into complete darkness. Interior bottom of shaft, day. Out of the darkness, a spark, then an explosion of light diminishes into the flame of a match. Miner passes the match to Tom, then painfully shakes his finger in the air.
Flaming hell!
Tom and Jim ignite sizzling phosphorus candles. Miner sucks his finger and puts the Lucifer's matchbox in a metal tin. Interior, coal mine, day. Miner stands knee-deep in water, holding a pick, shivering.
I can't. Don't make me.
You signed contract.
Acton and Big Miner work together, rhythmically hewing coal. Sorrowful boys wearing turbans jostle and fight for a coal truck. Tom and Jim push a truck away with their hands and turbaned heads. Interior coal truck tunnel, day. Tom smiles as he sees light at the end of the tunnel. Two bullies appear, silhouetted. Tom and Jim groan painfully.
We'll take that now.
Tom stands his ground in front of the truck. His legs begin to shake and his knees start knocking.
No, it's ours.
Jim clings to the truck. Tom holds onto his knees.
Go to hell.
Bully number one rips Tom's turban off and strikes him with a lump of coal. Tom collapses. His head echoes a thud as it bounces off the hard rock ground. Tom lies motionless. A little blood trickles from his head. Jim runs to Tom's aid. The bullies steal the truck. Exterior, ladder to the gates of heaven, day. Tom is bewildered. His eyes widen and he gasps at the sight of the ladder. Tom makes a break for it. An angel shakes his head and obstructs Tom's distraught attempts to pass.
But I've not been bad.
Tom begins to wrestle with the angel.
Not yet.
Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified, for the Lord your God goes with you.
Angel turns Tom around and pushes him away forcefully. Interior coal truck tunnel, day. Tom winces as Acton slaps his face, stimulating him away.
You right, lad. Here, let me help. Come on, up you get.
Acton picks Tom up and stands him on his feet.
Let me wipe blood away. Any broken bones?
No, I don't think so.
Jim puts Tom's arm around his shoulder for support.
You have to stand up for yourself down here. I need to teach you how to wrestle.
Exterior coal mine, day. Tom and Jim struggle to move a truck. Arms and legs exhausted, they use their neck muscles to push with their heads, gaining inches at a time. They reach the end of the line and collapse on the ground, exhausted. Acton mentors boys wrestling and Indian clubs swinging. He points at Tom and Jim, then signals them over with his finger.
How long you been pushing trucks?
2 years, sir.
No, sorry, boy. Show some strength.
Tom and Jim roll up their sleeves and show their biceps. Acton laughs.
Come here. Firstly, don't look your opponent straight in the eye. Try to blur and cross your focus. So you have an eye in all parts of the body, heads, hands, and feet. You don't know where attack might come from.
Acton looks at Jim, trying, then picks Tom up off the ground by his head and stares into his eyes.
By heck, lad, that's it. Perfect.
Tom clings to Acton's mustache as he is lowered gently.
Right then. Name of the game is catch as catch can. Catch a hold however you can, and then it's a 2 shoulders down, or submission gains to fall.
Acton twists and bends Tom's arms, making him squeal.
You know when you've won, when your opponent tells you. Careful not to go too far, or you'll rip tendons and ligaments. It's called a hook.
Acton lets go and twizzles the ends of his mustache.
It is a proud sport. No one's really hurt, only a man's pride. So remember to have respect for it. We trust each other with our lives down the line. And the same goes for the sport, too. So no foul play, no girly scratching, no biting, and no dangerous, like strangling or doing a full Nelson.
What's a full Nelson?
It's how you break someone's neck.
Acton demonstrates on Tom, who taps out in all directions. Acton passes them 2 Indian clubs each and performs intricate swinging maneuvers.
Practice doing this. Good for the speed and coordination. Start slow, simple, then after time.
Tom and Jim try to copy, but both hit themselves on the head.
Use your head. Learn how to do it with your eyes closed. Feel the movements and forces. Learn the science. Make it instinct.
Exterior, Connor's house, day. Ellen walks down the street. Two boys run out of a doorway holding a rib bone in each hand.
Those are your grandfather's ribs.
Oh, be Jesus, let him play. I can always get some more.
The boys play an Irish jig with the bones. Girls dance. 4 boys line up to race. Boy number 1 stares at the sky. The sun comes out and a woman polishing her step smiles.
Ready? Steady? Go!
4 boys chase a cloud's shadow up the street past Tom and Jim, tumbling around wrestling with their eyes closed. Jim tries to pin Tom's shoulders down. An old man watches.
Not yet. No, no.
But I know the science.
Tom tickles Jim, making him laugh
Don't.
uncontrollably.
Don't. Stop it. I submit. Submit.
Tom helps Jim up. They pat each other on the back and smile.
Well done, boys. But if you want to really be good, you need to learn how to bridge.
Bridge?
Aye, you'll need a good and strong neck to do it. Wrestling exercises every muscle from top of your head right down to the soles of your feet. And I wouldn't be as fit as I am today if it weren't for it.
Old man flips backwards into the wrestler's bridge, balancing on his head and feet with arms folded.
That's an arch.
Now, the pair of you try to pin me shoulders down.
They jump on him and try their utmost, unsuccessfully. Old man springs to his feet and grabs the boy's hands.
If someone's got a hold of you, learn how and where to rub.
Old man turns and pushes out his stubbly, ugly chin. Their laughs turn to screams as he rubs his chin into the back of their hands and arms, leaving red marks. He rubs Tom on the sternum with his knuckle and squeezes Jim just above the knee, making them scream louder. He releases his hold and chuckles loudly at the boys scampering away.
Thanks, mister.
Interior church Sunday school, day. Jim wears his ragged Sunday best clothes. He sits with other children reading Bibles.
And where be Thomas?
Exterior Victorian Park, day. The miners' brass band practice in the bandstand. Tom, in his best rags, sits with Acton studying a copy of Gray's Anatomy. Acton points out the small hand bones.
You can't feel and look after your family with a broken hand.
A boy, bigger and older than Tom, with a swagger and a smirk, taunts boys for a wrestling match with his dad.
Come on, who's up for a shake?
Have you been practicing?
Tom flips backwards into the bridge. Acton splutters.
Well done, lad. You ready? Want to try?
Tom stands and points at his clothes.
Get these dirty, and I have no money.
Neither have they. When work don't pay enough to live on, what else can you do? You have to gamble.
Who can he wrestle for a penny?
Acton nods his head at Dad.
Against a cross-eyed cripple? Easy.
All covered bet.
Tom takes his shirt, shorts and clogs off, and stands proudly, arms folded, in his underpants.